Hello students, today we are going to learn about Introduction to Database Management System. Myself Assistant Professor Abhijit Palse from DTSS College of Commerce Autonomous. So let's take a review of subtopics. So today we are going to cover the subtopics, that is what is data, database and database management system, what is the need of database management system, applications of database management system, and what are the drawbacks of file management system. So let's start now. So students, what is data? So data is basically what? Something which is in a raw format, which is not processed one. Okay, so it can be any number, characters, audio, video. In our daily life, we are dealing with the data. So for example, you are having a roll number, name, contact number. So this all are considered as a data. जो हम daily life में हम क्या करते हैं? यूज करते हैं, स्टोर करते हैं, राइट. बट द थिंग इज व्हाट कि वी आर हैविंग अ लिमिटेड मेमोरी, सो दैट्स व्हाई वी रिक्वायर्ड सम स्टोरेज मीडियम टू स्टोर दैट डेटा. नाउ what is information? So whenever we process such a data, it gets converted into useful format and it becomes information, which is in a well organized structure of data. So information will store a data of students, like students roll number, name, address, contact number. Whenever we store together, it will become a student personal information. Now for example, whenever we are having a student subject marks, then that marks, using that marks, we can calculate a percentage and grade for that students. It will become a useful information. Next, what is database? So database is nothing but what? It is a centralized collection of interrelated data. So whenever we store such a data, that will become a database. For example, a college database can have information of student, teachers, courses, non-teaching staff, etc. And this all information are interrelated with each other. So here we can see in a diagram a student information like their attendance and the class information we can store in a database like this. Next, database management system. So database management system is a record keeping system. Using computer we can keep a record in a proper standard format, and this Dbms is the heart of any information system, because without a system we cannot store a data. Now we required to store that data, as well as we need to retrieve and modify that data. So Dbms will help us to retrieve and to manage that data. For example, a college management system is an example of Dbms, or hospital management system. So such a systems are storing a related data and they can update it, they can manage it. Next, what is a need of database system? So as we know ki we are having a limited memory, we cannot memorize each and everything, but we need to deal with a huge amount of data in our daily life. So to deal with that data, previously we use some traditional medium, like we are using a paper pen or we are using a magnetic tape to store such a data. Example, a telephone directory, which is used to store a contact numbers of your friends and relatives, or we can use a diary to note down some important points, right? But nowadays we need to process that data. So as per the new requirement, what we need to do, we need to not only store that data, we need to process and we need to find out such a important information from it, so that we can take a decision from it, right? So for that reason we are using some digital media, like we are using computers, laptop, smartphones to store, retrieve and update the data or information. Now whenever we want to store or update this information, we need to use some Dbms applications like MS Excel, MS SQL, DB2, Sybase. These are the some softwares which we can use to store data and to do the analysis on such a data. Now, what are the database management system applications? So where exactly this database system gets useful? So the first is your business organization. So as you guys know, in every company or organization, we required some system to keep the information about the employees, about the customers, their order, sales, accounting and HR related information. So let's take a view. First one is accounting. So accounting related information, like we want to keep a record of accounts, payment, receipt, balance, asset. So this all information regarding accounting we can store using DBMS. Second one is HR. So HR need to deal with the employees record. They need to keep the record of employees salary, tax, benefit, generation of payment checks. So this can be done with the help of DBMS. Third one is regarding a manufacturing. So organization want to keep a record about their supply chain management. So they are keeping a information about their dealers, about the inventories, then about warehouses, stocks and orders of items. Next is banking. So in a banking, DBMS play a very important role because we want to keep a record of customer, about their account information, loan information, FD, etc. Then credit card and transactions. So whenever we are using a DBMS, we want to keep a record of credit card details, the generation of monthly statement, so that we come to know where exactly that credit card gets used, and according to that the billing will get generated. Next, finance. So in a finance, we are dealing with sales, purchase of finance, financial instruments like stock and bonding. Okay, so we want to store a real-time market data to enable that online trading by customers and automated trading by their firms. So for that we are using DBMS. Now next is university. So DBMS is helpful in a university to keep a record of students, teachers, their courses which are given to the students for study purpose, where the student can enroll for a particular course and that information gets stored. Based on that, we can mark the students' attendance and we can even generate mark sheet for the students. Next, airline. So using DBMS, we can keep a record of airlines details, like we can keep a record of ticket which is booked by the customer, then their flight details about the arrival and departure time of the flights, etc. Next, telecommunication. So in a DBMS, we are using a telecommunication to keep a record of customer calling made, call received, monthly bill statement, maintaining a balance on prepaid calling cards and storing information about the communication network, so that कस्टमर ने जहाँ पे भी कॉल किया या कॉल रिसीव हुआ है या एग्जैक्टली किसे एसएमएस किया था या कौन सा पर्टिकुलर कॉल चार्ज लगा है, कहाँ पे बैलेंस कट हुआ है, तो ये सब पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन हमें पता चलती है बिकॉज ऑफ DBMS. Next topic is drawbacks of file system. So as I already told you previously that DBMS यूज करने से पहले हम यूज करते थे फाइल सिस्टम, जहाँ पे we are storing a data in terms of flat files, that is we are using text. So there are so many drawbacks of that file system, so we'll see one by one. The first one is data redundancy. So data redundancy means storing a data again and again. तो जब डेटा डुप्लीकेट होता है उसे कहा जाता है डेटा रिडंडेंसी. तो फाइल सिस्टम में बेसिकली क्या होता है, वी आर स्टोरिंग अ डेटा इन अ डिफरेंट फाइल्स, सो सेम टाइप ऑफ डेटा माइट गेट स्टोर अगेन एंड अगेन. ओके, उसे कहा जाता है डेटा रिडंडेंसी. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल एक ही कस्टमर का अगर दो अकाउंट है बैंक में, करंट अकाउंट एंड सेविंग अकाउंट, सो इन दैट केस कस्टमर का सेम इंफॉर्मेशन लाइक उसका कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर, उसका नेम, एड्रेस दो अलग अलग फाइल में क्या होगा, बार बार स्टोर होगा. तो दैट इज नथिंग बट व्हाट, डेटा रिडंडेंसी, जिससे क्या होगा, अननेसेसरी स्टोरेज स्पेस बढ़ेगा और कॉस्ट भी एक्स्ट्रा लगेगा. सेकेंड ड्रॉबैक इज योर डेटा इनकंसिस्टेंसी. सो जैसे आपको बताया डेटा रिडंडेंसी, तो जब डेटा रिडंडेंट होता है, सेम डेटा अगेन एंड अगेन स्टोर होता है, सो देयर माइट बी चांसेस ऑफ डेटा इनकंसिस्टेंसी. सो इनकंसिस्टेंसी मतलब क्या होता है, यू आर नॉट गेटिंग अ एक्यूरेट डेटा, कंसिस्टेंट डेटा. ओके, सो जब कस्टमर का सेम डिटेल दो फाइल अलग अलग फाइल में डेटा स्टोर है और सपोज कस्टमर ने अपना एड्रेस चेंज कर लिया है, अब हमने कस्टमर का एड्रेस सेविंग अकाउंट वाली फाइल में चेंज कर दिया, बट करंट अकाउंट वाली फाइल में एड्रेस पुराना वाला ही है, वो चेंज करना रह गया. नाउ इन दैट केस व्हाट विल हैपन, देयर विल बी अ डेटा इनकंसिस्टेंसी बिकॉज यू आर नॉट गेट अ एक्यूरेट डेटा. The both files are having a different addresses, right? So that is nothing but what, data inconsistency. So third one is your data integrity. So data integrity maintain करने के लिए we required some sort of rules and regulation, जिसे हम constraint कहते हैं. But in a file system there is a lack of standard constraint, and because of that maintaining a data integrity is very difficult for the database users. और यहाँ पे जो है वो आपको exactly you are not getting a accurate data because the data is not get verified, or it is not truthful because anyone can easily access a data and can change the data. So that is a drawback of file system. Now, the fourth one is your data security. So, in a file system, when we are storing a data in a different file, then it is very difficult to maintain a data security. Why this thing happened? Because अलग-अलग file में data store है, तो जब data हम access करते, so all users are getting that access of that same file. Okay, so any user can misuse that data without any authorization. So that is a problem with data security. Thank you.